Every frame you are about to see was a decision. Not a prompt, not an iteration. A decision. And the reason most AI videos still look fake has nothing to do with the technology. The technology is already good. The real problem is that most people generate first and direct later. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact workflow I use inside Higgsfield Cinema Studio 2.5 and why the result really starts before the shot ever begins to move. Before we dive in, I'd really appreciate your support. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and grab your free guide from the link below. If you are not familiar with the tool, Higgsfield is a creator-friendly platform that recently introduced Higgsfield Cinema Studio 2.5, the world's first AI video studio with a cast-to-cut professional workflow. I'll keep the link in the description so you can follow the process. All right, so before a single frame is ever shot on a real film, the director has already made hundreds of decisions. They have cast the actors, worked with the team to scout locations, decided what each location should feel like at a specific time of day, and shaped the visual approach with the cinematographer. From lens choices to camera setup to how the shot will be filmed, they usually have a clear vision, supported by a shot list, a lookbook, or a storyboard. They know where the camera starts, where it moves, and what that movement is supposed to mean emotionally. All of that happens before the camera rolls. That is pre-production, and that is exactly what Higgsfield Studio 2.5 can help with. So let's jump into the workflow. And as we go, I'm going to show you the decisions that change the result the most. So let's start where most people don't, with the one thing that holds the whole scene together or breaks it completely. Yeah, the character. In filmmaking, the audience usually connects to the face before they connect to anything else. When a director thinks about the beginning of a scene, the character is often the anchor. That is why I start here. You need to make sure the character is consistent, but also realistic and believable. The audience may not be able to explain why, but they feel it immediately. You have several ways to do this, but Higgsfield really makes it easy. Inside Cinema Studio 2.5, you have the Soulcast feature. Make sure you are inside the image section and character mode, and here you have an automated Build Your Cast button. This will open a new window where you can build the lead character for the scene. For this example, I want an original action special agent, believable and visually strong. You can write some description yourself and add some details from the predefined options. This step matters because, in filmmaking terms, this is your casting decision. A director is not just looking for someone who looks interesting. They are looking for someone the camera can stay with, someone whose face feels like it belongs to the world of the story. So as I go through these settings, I'm not just trying to make a cool face. I'm deciding what kind of person this seems to be. Click the genre and set it to action, set the era to contemporary, choose the archetype that fits a field operative, then go through the physical details like build, age, eyes, hair, and outfit. Each of those choices matters because they are telling the viewer something before the scene even begins. Is this person sharp, experienced, calm, exposed, dangerous, tired, controlled? Those signals start here. That is how a director sees this step, not as character generation, but as character definition. Once I get a version that feels right, I click Save to Elements so I can reuse the same identity later. And that matters because consistency is one of the first things that makes a scene feel real. So the filmmaking lesson here is simple. Lock the person before you build the shot around them. Once the character is locked, the next question is the frame. And this is where a lot of filmmaking happens quietly, because a frame is never just a picture. It tells the audience how close they are to the character, how much of the world they are allowed to feel, and what kind of pressure exists around the subject. So when a director thinks about the frame, they are really thinking about experience. What should this moment feel like from the viewer's side? What angle of the scene are you starting from? That is what I'm doing now. I'm not just building a background, I'm building the world, the lens relationship, and the visual pressure of the scene. Click into the image or rig section and start with the location. For this scene, I want a rain-soaked urban environment at night, wet pavement, reflected light, low ambient exposure, and one stronger light source coming from the side. I want it to feel tense, cinematic, and grounded. This matters because, in filmmaking, the location is not just where the scene happens, it shapes the emotional context of the scene. A corridor feels different from an open street. Hard side light feels different from flat daylight. A wet reflective surface feels different from a dry neutral one. So the location prompt is not just building a background, it is building the emotional world around the character. Inside Cinema Studio 2.5, this step is very easy, and once you are happy with your location, save it to Elements so you can use it later and easily combine it with your characters. Now move into the scenes. There are several things that define the starting shot even before we start the action. This is what we have inside Cinema 2.0. First, we have Camera Rig. This is where the directing becomes more specific. Click the sensor settings, choose the camera setup you want, select lens options, and set the focal length and aperture. The reason this matters is simple. Lens choice changes emotional distance. A director sees the lens as a storytelling decision. Wider lenses let the world breathe more. Tighter lenses isolate the person more. So when I choose a 35 here, I'm choosing a balance. I want to feel close to the character, but I also want the environment to stay active. Then adjust the aperture. This matters because focus tells the audience where to look. If everything is equally sharp, the frame can feel flatter. If the background disappears too much, the world stops contributing. So here I want enough separation to keep the character dominant, but not so much that the environment becomes irrelevant. That is the directing version of this decision. What matters most in the frame, and how much should the world compete with it? Now let's generate the keyframe. You can use the scenes options here, describe what your ideal scene would look like, add your characters, your environment, the whole setting. But before locking it, click on Image and you will get more options where you can better define the look. This tool is amazing because you can define color grading here, upscale your character, or find the ideal angle you are looking for. And an even more amazing option is to get a multi-shot version of this scene that will give you several ideas to think more like a director or even what you can do next. Here is also a 3D scene feature to refine the angle, so you can push in a little, shift the perspective, and tighten the frame. This matters because, in filmmaking, small camera position changes can completely change how a shot feels. A director will often make tiny adjustments on set until the frame clicks. This is the digital version of that, and that is the simple filmmaking lesson here. So once you find a frame that already feels like a shot before anything moves, that becomes the keyframe. Now we can move into motion. This is the part people often jump to first, but it only really works when the image already has structure. Movement is powerful, but in filmmaking, it is not just decoration. It changes meaning, it changes tension, it changes how the audience reads a moment. That is how a director sees camera movement, not as what looks cool, but as what changes the feeling of the shot in the right way. So again, Higgsfield Studio 2.5 makes it easier for you. First, you make sure all your characters are there. Click into the Movement panel. The first choice is Camera Movement. Cinema Studio 2.5 gives you options like Pan, Tilt, Truck, Dolly, Orbit, Zoom, Drone, Handheld, and Static. For this shot, I'm choosing a slow dolly in. Why? Because I want the frame to tighten with intention. I want the audience to feel the pressure moving inward around the character. A slow dolly does that well. It gives the shot focus and tension without making it feel noisy. And that is the basic directing idea here. The camera move should express something. Then choose your camera speed ramp and your scene duration. Then click the genre setting and set it to action. This matters because genre changes the energy of the shot. The same movement can feel very different depending on whether the scene is being treated like action, thriller, drama, or something else. So this is not just a category, it is part of the behavioral direction of the scene. Now set the start and end frames. This is one of the strongest parts of the workflow, so I use the keyframe as the start image. That gives the motion a destination. It tells the viewer that the shot is moving with purpose. Here is where Higgsfield comes in handy. It gives you the option of multiple scenes to help you create a composition. For each one, you will add the same settings here. Then place the soulcast character into the scene and assign an emotional state like focused or determined. Add the action or movement also. This matters because even in a quiet shot, performance matters. A director is always thinking about what the character is feeling internally because that changes how the body holds the frame. Even in AI, you still need that inner state or the shot feels empty. So now the shot has structure, movement, and a performance note. Then click Generate. There it is. This is where the earlier decisions start paying off. The face stays stable because it was cast properly. The frame holds because it was built properly. The movement works because it has a reason. That is how a director sees results. Not as luck, but as consequence. And that does not mean every shot comes out perfect the first time. It means the shot has a much better chance of matching the intent, because the intent was defined before generation. That is the simple version of directing for beginners. The clearer your decisions are before the shot moves, the better the shot usually holds together when it does. So here is the final result again.
You ever get used to this? The quiet? No. You learn to listen to it.
Unit 12, respond to a possible disturbance, Mercer and Vale. Caller reports one male, possibly armed, near a closed store trunk.
You think this is real?
Treat it like it is.
Got it.
Keep your eyes open when we get there. Move on my signal. Soon. You are under arrest. Hands where I can see them. Now.
Please. Just help my friend.
The character feels consistent because that was solved first. The frame feels intentional because the location, lens, and composition were chosen deliberately. The movement works because it has direction, and the grade makes the whole thing feel emotionally finished. That is what directing looks like in simple terms. If you want to try this yourself, the link to Higgsfield is in the description and pinned comment below. If you want to learn more about how to create consistent characters across different AI videos, check out my next video where I go deeper into that part of the workflow.